A crash, a missing woman, and high water combined for a frightening situation in Powell County. But the search has a happy ending.
All of the rain that we received has caused the grave in Mercer County to rise up through the ground.
Lexington firefighters hope to have new motorized stretchers in the coming months. Why they say it's a safety issue.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 6.
Good evening. Thanks for being here with us tonight. Both water and concerns are rising in Powell County as the Red River continues to swell from heavy rain, and emergency managers fear the flooding will only get worse. And
this is what the flooding looks like from the air. Officer Don shooting this video from Sky First this afternoon of a flooded horse farm near Stanton. As Victor Puente tells us, high water caused tense moments for search crews when they found a crashed car under a bridge. He begins our first alert weather team coverage.
The list of roads that were closed today because of high water here in Powell County is well into the double digits. The people who live along those roads tell me they're tired of seeing that water rise with every rainfall. The intersection of 3rd Street and 2nd Avenue in Clay City is close enough to the Red River that every heavy rainfall brings the potential for flooding. That included last night.
Started coming across the road around the curve there about 12:30.
Owen Crow says he watched his neighbors across the street clear out their garage around 3 a.m. once that water got close to it.
They got up and getting their motorcycles and lawnmowers and everything out.
And his other neighbor's driveway was underwater, but at least it didn't get into her house, unlike previous floods.
Had it clean all, tear all the wood and stuff out, drywall and floors.
Emergency management was busy trying to keep drivers from going through those flooded roads. They also had their hands full with a search after a vehicle was found crashed beneath a bridge.
We are making sure that she's not in the water.
That search was called off around noon when the driver called her mother and said a man had given her a ride to a friend's home. The water here in Powell County was bad enough that schools this morning were operating on a 2-hour delay. In Powell County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
And that woman search crews were looking for was later charged with leaving the scene of an accident.
A funeral director calls it an unfortunate chain of events caused by heavy rain. The casket of a woman buried just a few months ago ended up being pushed out of the ground at a Mercer County cemetery. So now the funeral director and workers at the cemetery are working to make things right. Sam Smith talked to the woman's family.
This is what Larry Turner saw Sunday at his mother's gravesite. The vault that surrounds the casket poking through the dirt.
You can see the vault sticking up, and it looks like a bomb has gone off on top of the grave.
Hazel Turner was buried next to her husband at Patterson Cemetery in Mercer County. Her vault rose through the dirt because of a combination of several factors. All of the recent rain flooded the grave and the vault floated to the top. She was buried in January, so the dirt on top of her vault was relatively loose. The sight on Sunday was upsetting for Turner and his sister.
We both cried when we saw that. That's how heartbreaking it was when we saw it.
Workers spent the day draining the grave. It will have to be dug out again because of the water damage.
There's no way water can ever get into this vault the way it's sealed.
The seal on the vault was accidentally broken today. Some water entered the casket, but nothing reached Hazel's body. Another reason why her grave was the only one impacted here, the family requested she be buried with the vault. The other graves in this area weren't.
This is like an act of God. It's Mother Nature. It's not anything we can control.
The family has not decided to bury Hazel again with or without a vault. In Mercer County, Sam Smith, WKYT.
Funeral directors tried to bring in a concrete vault, but it couldn't be safely delivered to the gravesite.
It caused quite a stir on social media. A picture of a Lincoln County school bus driving through high water yesterday. Lincoln County school leaders say the driver had no choice and never put students in danger. But we've since learned the state manual for bus drivers says they are never supposed to drive through high water. So Sean Moody asked school leaders about that today.
That driver is back on his route today. The Lincoln County Schools bus garage manager rode along with him as an extra set of eyes. The transportation director said they're using this as a lesson to all the bus drivers here in Lincoln County. People who live along Harris Creek Road are used to seeing high water.
It floods real bad through here.
Joe Whitaker didn't think much of it yesterday morning.
The water up here on the road was steady, so everybody was driving through it. Mail lady goes through, other people go through. I've driven through it.
But this picture of Lincoln County School Bus 966 driving through that water got a lot of attention on social media. Several people voiced their anger on the Lincoln County Schools Facebook page. State and federal guidelines instruct school bus drivers never to drive through high water, even if it's just standing water. Lincoln County Schools Transportation Director Donnie Lay said the driver has been with the district since the beginning of the year. He said the driver had just come through a few minutes earlier and the water hadn't crossed the road.
He stopped and did some considerations looking for other options.
Lay said the driver decided to go on through that water because he knew the road and he felt it was safe because the water wasn't rushing. The bus continued on and no one was hurt, but Lay said the right thing to do would have been to call the office before going through.
The only thing that he didn't do was to notify any one of us who could have advised him or came to his assistance.
The transportation director said there would be someone riding along with that driver on a fairly frequent basis. In Lincoln County, Sean Moody, WKYT.
Lee said that radios and cell phones are not reliable in that area, so the school district may install a radio repeater to try to improve communications. Even more rain moving into the bluegrass later tonight. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey shows us what he's tracking right now on the First Alert Defender. Chris?
Yeah, seeing at least some scattered showers into parts of the region as of now. Nothing that should increase the flood threat that is out there with us now. And still some localized high water issues that are showing up into parts of the area. Flood warnings continue for several counties into eastern Kentucky. That'll go for, I believe, another 45 minutes or so. It's from yesterday's rain. Just a few of those typical low-lying flood-prone areas still with some issues. Problems along the Kentucky River continuing to rise and then dumping into the Ohio River that will rise as well. Here's live First Alert Defender as of now. Nothing going on across central and eastern Kentucky in terms of heavy rain, some general run-of-the-mill showers where it is raining now. It's 55 degrees into Mount Sterling, 58 Lexington. Notice where we are outside of the drops. Those temperatures are into the 60s. That band of some showers along and north now of Interstate 64 back into parts of central Kentucky, Lexington Metro, south side of town with a little bit of water coming on back in. Not enough to cause any issues outside of dampening the roadways over the next little bit. One area I'll focus on, though, as the evening wears on is this little batch across southwestern parts of the area, Lake Cumberland and Point Southwest. That could be just enough to cause a renewed high water threat in a very localized areas. Guys, a few storms back around for the day tomorrow. Active weather pattern remains into that 7-day forecast. A brand new hour-by-hour update. That'll take you into the start of the weekend when I come back in just a few minutes.
The Madison County grand jury has decided not to indict anyone for a deadly officer-involved shooting. The grand jury announced its decision today after hearing testimony from investigators, witnesses, and firearms experts. Last September, police shot 29-year-old Jesse Gibbons. Police say Gibbons assaulted a Lexington police officer, then led them on a chase to Richmond. They say they had no choice but to shoot him.
They call it a necessary expense. Lexington firefighters are pushing for new motorized stretchers to be used on emergency runs. Mayor Jim Gray's proposed budget includes $500,000 for them. As Garrett Weimer tells us, new at 6 tonight, firefighters say they need these new stretchers for their own safety.
Mayday, mayday, mayday. We were searching the room. Firefighter Wilson fell through to the first floor on the Alpha side. They have heavy smoke conditions.
Training day for Lexington Fire.
I'm doing all right on air.
Firefighters are trying to rescue one of their own. With all the dangerous situations these men and women face, one might think going into a fire would cause them the most harm. But Battalion Chief Joe Best says think again.
Most of the firefighter injuries come from managing patients once they've been loaded onto a stretcher. And that's remarkable when you consider the other types of things that we do, like firefighting or swift water rescue or hazmat.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. In this demonstration, it takes 3 firefighters to lift this man in the buggy. But with about 100 runs like this a day, Chief Best says it can take a toll on the body.
The 3 primary injuries associated with lifting stretchers are back, shoulder, and knee in that order.
Best says hopefully change will come with this new machine. It's called a Power Pro Cot, or motorized stretcher, capable of carrying up to 500 pounds unassisted. They want 11 Power Pro Cots. The cost, $500,000.
We believe that the In the long run, the cost of the equipment will pay for itself with the reduction in injuries to firefighters and also making a better and safer system for the patients that we care for.
Now the question is, will the City Council approve it? We'll find out in June. In Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Battalion Chief Best says that if you take all of the EMS runs and add the weight firefighters lift during them, it equals around 20,000 pounds every day.
It is a way to speed up the justice process. The state auditor's office launching a new effort investigators hope will protect some Kentucky crime victims.
Also coming up, how a quick-thinking police officer helped a Lexington restaurant get its stolen generator back. The state auditor's office is launching a new effort designed to help victims of sexual assaults.
State police estimate they could have thousands of untested rape kits from sexual assault cases. So the state auditor's office is now working to document the exact number of untested kits. That will help the state pursue millions of dollars in grant money to help clear the backlog. The auditor's office will also look at staffing issues at the state crime lab.
Thanks to an alert police officer, a Lexington restaurant now has its stolen generator back. Last month, you may recall, owners of Minton's restaurant say someone took the 300-pound generator from their food truck. And when WKYT aired a story about the theft, a police officer who wasn't even working the case saw it and helped make an important connection.
Was aware of another case that some generators had been recovered, and they suspected, that they were stolen, and he was able to put the two detectives together from the two different cases, and we were able to recover our generator.
So the generator is now back with the food truck, and Minton's managers say it was quickly put back into use.